Hey folks, welcome back to Powerful Stoic Habits. You're here because, let's face it, you've been thinking about that person non-stop. You're either trying to attract someone new, or maybe you're stuck wondering how to reignite that spark in a relationship that's grown cold. But here's the cold, hard truth. Most people go about it all wrong. They try too hard, wear their emotions on their sleeves, and end up pushing the very person they want further away. Sound familiar? Let me break it to you. Chasing someone, bending over backward for their attention, or becoming overly available. That's a one-way ticket to becoming invisible in their eyes. And you know why? Because in the game of love, what pulls someone closer isn't desperation. It's mastery of self-control, mystery, and independence, the very traits the ancient Stoics lived by. That's right, the same philosophy that teaches us how to endure hardship and rise above life's chaos can also show you how to effortlessly attract someone into your life. It's not about manipulation or mind games, folks. This is about adopting a mindset so powerful that others can't help but be drawn to you. Stoic tactics aren't about putting on a show to impress someone. They're about living with such unshakable confidence and purpose that you become irresistible. Think about it. When you're unbothered by external forces, when you're centered and grounded in who you are, others sense that strength. It creates a magnetic energy, one that makes people want to be part of your world. And that's exactly what we're diving into today. How to harness these timeless Stoic principles to make them fall in love with you without losing yourself in the process. So hit the like button under this video to show that you are ready to step into your power, stay true to yourself, and attract love the right way. Stop wasting time on superficial tactics like playing hard to get or flooding their inbox with messages. That's short-term thinking, and it screams insecurity. Instead, imagine walking through life with the quiet confidence of a Stoic, knowing your value, being completely in control of your emotions, and not allowing anyone to dictate your happiness. Now picture how that changes the entire dynamic between you and the person you want to attract. They'll start wondering what's different about you. Why aren't you chasing them like everyone else? Why do you seem so calm, so unbothered by their lack of attention? When you stop trying to convince someone to love you and instead focus on becoming the best version of yourself, something magical happens. They start noticing you, not because you're trying, but because your self-mastery demands attention. And that's the key here. Making someone fall in love with you isn't about being available at their beck and call. It's about becoming so magnetic through your actions, your attitude, and your energy that they have no choice but to gravitate toward you. Before we jump in, here's a little task for you. Drop a comment below with the words, "On their mind tomorrow." It's short, sweet, and perfectly captures the spirit of our chat today. Plus, it'll be fun to see how many of you are playing along. Stick around, because today I'm going to show you how to apply powerful Stoic tactics to not only attract them, but to make them realize you're someone worth loving. So, let's get into it. Number 1, the magical Stoic independence. So folks, the first thing is showing independence, nada. The magical Stoic independence, the kind of independence that makes people stop in their tracks and take notice. Now, what is this Stoic independence, you ask? It's not just the ability to be alone or do things by yourself. No, it's far deeper than that. Stoic independence is about being emotionally, mentally, and spiritually self-sufficient. It's about knowing, deep down, that your happiness, your worth, and your peace don't come from someone else. They come from within. Now, you might be thinking, won't this push them further away? Won't they think I'm uninterested, and just move on. That's the fear talking. And trust me, it's the exact opposite of what happens. When you stop clinging to someone, when you stop making them the center of your universe, they don't drift away. They get pulled in. You see, independence doesn't scream, "I don't care about you." It screams, "I'm secure in myself. I'm not relying on anyone else for my happiness." And people are irresistibly drawn to that kind of energy. Think about it. What's more attractive? Someone who's constantly chasing, texting, worrying if you like them, or someone who's thriving, confident, and not desperate for anyone's approval? When you stand in your power, when you show that you're content with or without them, it creates a magnetic pull. Why? Because people value what's rare. Most people are used to others chasing after them, needing constant validation. But you're different. You're not playing that game. Take a moment and imagine this scenario. You're trying to attract someone new. Everyone else is throwing themselves at them, trying to impress, always available. But not you. You're busy living your life, and when you do show up, it's on your terms. Maybe you're out with friends, hitting the gym, pursuing your hobbies, focusing on your career. You're not anxiously checking your phone every 5 minutes. And that lack of desperation, it makes them wonder about you. They start thinking, why aren't they chasing me like everyone else? What's different about them? And that's when they get curious. Curiosity turns into attraction because now they see you as someone valuable. Or maybe you're dealing with someone who's gone distant, someone you're already involved with, but they're starting to pull away. Most people panic in this situation. They double down, they chase harder, they smother. But not you. You lean into your independence. You pull back, give them space, and focus on yourself. It sends a powerful message. I'm fine with or without you. My happiness doesn't depend on your attention. And trust me, when they feel that, they'll start wondering if they've taken you for granted. Now, does this mean you should just cut off all contact and ignore them completely? No, that's not what Stoic independence is about. It's about balance. You're not disappearing, you're just not chasing. You're still present, but on your terms. And this doesn't push them away. It pulls them back toward you because now they're seeing you through a new lens. Someone who's confident, self-sufficient, and not easily shaken. This might feel hard at first, especially if you're really into someone and all you want to do is make sure they know it. But here's the thing. Constantly trying to prove your worth to someone will only make them undervalue you. Independence isn't about withholding your affection. It's about showing that your love and attention are precious. You don't give it away to just anyone, and when you do, it's because you choose to, not because you need their validation. A great Stoic quote comes to mind here from Seneca. It is not that we have a short time to live, but that we waste a lot of it. And that's exactly what happens when we chase. We waste our energy, our time, and our emotional bandwidth on people who should be rising up to meet us, not running away. Stop wasting time chasing someone who should be chasing you. So, how do you incorporate this into your life, whether you're dealing with someone new or someone who's gone cold? Start by filling your own cup first. Invest in yourself. Make your life so full that whether or not they're in it, you're thriving. Pick up that hobby you've been putting off. Dive deeper into your career goals. Strengthen your social circle. Work on your health. Whatever it is, make sure your life is rich and meaningful with or without them. If you're trying to attract someone new, don't drop everything the minute they give you attention. Keep living your life. When they see that you're not trying too hard, it sets you apart. And if you're dealing with someone distant, give them space. Let them see that you're perfectly fine without their constant attention. It creates a sense of respect and intrigue. Now, what if it feels difficult? What if you're scared they'll leave? Listen, I won't sugarcoat it. There's always a chance that pulling back will make someone walk away. But here's the harsh truth. If they leave because you're not chasing them, they weren't worth your time in the first place. You don't want someone who only sticks around because you're constantly begging for their attention. You want someone who values you enough to show up, to put in effort, and to meet you at your level. And guess what? The right person will rise up. So here's the big takeaway. Stop worrying about whether they'll notice you. Stop fearing that your independence will push them away. Trust in the fact that real attraction isn't about chasing. It's about standing in your power and letting them see what they're missing when they're not with you. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. So shift your thoughts. Know that you're enough, with or without them. Show that you have a life outside of them. And trust that your independence is the key to drawing them closer, not pushing them away." Now, let's close with a quick affirmation, something to cement this mindset. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and affirm this. I am done chasing. Let that sink in. Let it become your reality. And when you're ready, drop that affirmation in the comments. Let the universe know that you're done chasing. You're standing strong in your independence, and that's where your true power lies. Number 2. The less is more. Approach to communication. Now, let's dive into something that most people get completely wrong when they're trying to attract someone. Communication. You know the drill: non-stop texting, constant updates, and over-explaining every little thought running through your head. It's exhausting, and honestly, it's doing you no favors. Folks, here's the cold, hard truth. Communication should never be about quantity. It's about quality. Enter the less is more approach. When you flood someone with constant texts, phone calls, and updates, you're not building a connection. You're overwhelming them. And even worse, you're signaling desperation. You're giving off the energy of someone who's anxious, someone who's waiting by the phone for their every word. And what does that do? It makes them feel suffocated. You want to make them fall in love with you, not push them away, right? Let me break this down. Less communication doesn't mean no communication. It means giving them just enough to keep them curious. When you send a well-thought-out message rather than bombarding them with every little thing, it makes them appreciate hearing from you. You become someone they want to talk to because you're not always available at their fingertips. Think of it this way. People value what's scarce. If you're constantly in their face, there's no mystery, no intrigue, no reason for them to be curious about you. But when you hold back a little, when you communicate with intention rather than flooding them with messages, it keeps them guessing. Why aren't they texting me non-stop? Why do I want to hear more from them? That curiosity builds attraction. Epictetus said it best. We have 2 ears and 1 mouth, so we should listen more than we say. The same principle applies in your communication. It's not about being the loudest or the one who talks the most. It's about being intentional. When you speak or text, it should have meaning behind it. And when you leave room for silence, you give them space to reflect, to miss you, and to want more of you. Silence, when used strategically, is powerful. Let's take an example. You're trying to attract someone new. Most people would try to keep the conversation going endlessly, one text after another, not letting a single pause in the chat happen because they fear losing interest. But you don't fear the silence. You send a message, you say something interesting or thoughtful, and then you let it breathe. You don't panic if they don't reply right away. You don't rush to send another message to fill the gap. You know that your words were impactful enough to make them think about you, and you let that silence work for you. Now, let's say you're in a relationship, but the person seems distant. The knee-jerk reaction is to start over-communicating, to ask them how they're doing constantly, to keep checking in, to try and fix the distance with more talking. But here's the thing, when someone's distant, they need space, not more pressure. The less is more approach works here too. You send a thoughtful message, check in, sure, but then you give them space. You don't chase after them with endless calls or texts. You show them that you're not desperate for their attention and that you're comfortable with the space between you. That kind of confidence speaks louder than any number of texts ever could. And look, I get it. It can feel risky to pull back. You're thinking, but if I don't text, they'll forget about me. Trust me, they won't. People remember the ones who don't over-communicate because it's rare. When you're not always available, you stand out. You become the person they think about because you're not constantly in front of them. You're giving them the opportunity to wonder about you, to miss you. And when they reach out, you respond thoughtfully, with purpose, not to fill silence, but to actually connect. Let's throw in some humor for you. Imagine this scenario like fishing. You don't catch a fish by throwing 100 hooks into the water all at once, right? You bait the line, toss it in, and wait. Same with communication. You don't flood the conversation. You send out a message, then let the hook sit. Let them come to you. Don't panic and throw more lines in the water. Trust that they'll bite when they're ready. Here's another way to think about it. You're like a luxury car, sleek and impressive. Now imagine a luxury car ad. It's short, powerful, and leaves you wanting more. It's never an over-the-top, endless infomercial. You know why? Because it doesn't need to be. The car speaks for itself, and so should you. Your value speaks for itself without you needing to constantly prove it with words. So, how do you incorporate this less is more approach into your life? Whether you're dealing with someone new or a distant partner, it comes down to restraint. When you feel the urge to send a message, ask yourself, is this necessary? Does this add value to the conversation, or am I just trying to fill a gap? If it's not adding value, hold back. Trust in the power of your previous words. If they don't respond right away, let them take their time. And when they do reach out, be thoughtful in your reply. Quality over quantity, every time. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Apply this to communication. You can't control their response or how quickly they reply, but you can control how you communicate, and that's where your strength lies. Number 3. Showing emotional stability. Let's get real for a second. If there's one trait that will make you instantly more attractive, it's emotional stability. People are drawn to those who can handle life's ups and downs without falling apart at every challenge. If you want someone to fall in love with you, they need to see that you're the person who stands strong when things get tough. Not only does emotional stability make you more reliable, but it also shows that you're confident, grounded, and not easily shaken by external events. So, what does it mean to show emotional stability? It's not about never feeling emotions. That's impossible and unrealistic. Emotional stability is about feeling your emotions without letting them control your actions. When things go wrong, you don't panic, throw a fit, or send a barrage of texts out of anxiety. You remain calm, collected, and thoughtful in your responses, stoic in your approach. Imagine this. You're trying to attract someone new, and in the early stages, something happens that could trigger an emotional reaction. Maybe they take longer to respond. Maybe they cancel plans at the last minute. Or maybe they say something that hits a nerve. Most people would jump into defense mode or start overanalyzing the situation, thinking, what does this mean? Are they losing interest? Should I say something? That emotional instability shows insecurity and creates friction in the connection. But you're different. You take a breath, you evaluate the situation, and you respond with calmness. You don't overreact or let fear dictate your next move. That calm response shows them that you're not someone who's easily rattled. It signals confidence, and confidence is magnetic. They'll be drawn to your emotional strength because it's a rare quality, especially in a world where everyone's emotions are often on full display for the wrong reasons. Now, let's flip the scenario. You're in a relationship and things get tense. Maybe there's a disagreement or some emotional distance has crept in. The last thing you want to do is respond with emotional instability, letting your emotions dictate the conversation. If you react impulsively, you'll make the situation worse. But if you respond with calm, thoughtful actions, you show them that you're not just a partner when things are good. You're someone they can count on, even in tough times. Seneca once said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This is the essence of emotional stability. Life will throw challenges at you, relationships will face obstacles, but the power lies in how you handle those moments. Do you let your emotions spiral out of control, or do you remain steady and composed? Let's break down how you can incorporate emotional stability into your life in practical ways. First, take control of your reactions. When you feel a wave of emotion, whether it's anger, frustration, or fear, pause. Give yourself space to breathe before you act. That few moments of pause can make all the difference between reacting impulsively and responding intelligently. It's in this space where you regain control over your emotions and show that you can handle pressure. For example, if you're texting someone new and they take longer than usual to reply, don't immediately send a follow-up message asking if everything's okay or why they're not responding. That's your anxiety speaking. Instead, wait. Remind yourself that their delayed response isn't a reflection of your worth, and move on with your day. The calmness you show in that moment builds respect and intrigue. They'll recognize that you're not easily thrown off by small things, and that's powerful. Second, focus on solutions, not problems. Emotionally stable people don't dwell on what went wrong. They focus on how to fix it. Let's say you're in a relationship and an argument pops up. Instead of getting caught in the emotions of the disagreement and playing the blame game, shift the focus. Ask yourself, what's the solution here? How can we move forward from this? This problem-solving approach shows emotional maturity, and your partner will appreciate that you're not there to fight. You're there to fix things and grow stronger together. Another important aspect of emotional stability is not taking things personally. Often we get triggered because we feel like someone's actions or words are a direct attack on us. But more often than not, people's behavior has more to do with them than it does with you. If someone's being distant or they say something hurtful, don't immediately take it to heart. Instead, try to understand where they're coming from. Emotional stability means not letting someone else's mood or actions dictate your emotional state. Incorporating this into your daily life, whether you're attracting someone new or managing an existing relationship, takes practice. You won't always get it right, but the key is consistency. Every time you manage to stay calm, composed, and solution-oriented, you're building emotional resilience. And people fall in love with those who can handle life's challenges without falling apart. It's that simple. But let's be real. Sometimes it's hard. Sometimes your emotions will feel overwhelming, and staying calm seems impossible. In those moments, remember this. Emotional stability doesn't mean suppressing your emotions. It means acknowledging them, but not letting them control you. Take a walk, step away from the situation, or journal your thoughts. Whatever it takes to clear your head before responding. Let's end with a bit of Stoic wisdom. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." Emotional stability is the power of mastering your mind, of not letting outside forces shake your internal world. Now, close your eyes and affirm this. I am unshakable. Let that affirmation sink in. When the world tries to rattle you, you'll stay grounded. When emotions rise, you'll stay steady. You have the power, and emotional stability is the foundation of attraction. And when you're ready, drop that affirmation in the comments. I am unshakable. Let the universe know that you are calm, strong, and in control. Number 4, keep your life busy. Let's get one thing straight. Nobody is attracted to someone who has nothing going on in their life. If all you do is wait around for someone's attention, guess what? They're going to get bored. Fast. One of the most powerful ways to make someone fall in love with you is by living a life so full and exciting that they want to be part of it. It's about keeping your life busy, not in a chaotic or frantic way, but in a purposeful, fulfilling way. When your life is busy with meaningful activities, you're sending a clear message. I don't need anyone to complete me because I'm already living my best life. And trust me, that confidence is magnetic. People are drawn to those who are passionate, driven, and engaged in their own world. It shows that you're not just sitting around waiting for their attention. You're living a life that's already rich with experiences and goals. Think about it. If someone sees you constantly occupied with things that matter, whether that's your career, fitness, hobbies, or spending quality time with friends, they'll be intrigued. They'll start to wonder what makes their life so interesting. Why are they always doing something exciting? This curiosity is key because it builds attraction without you even trying. And here's the thing, when your life is busy, you naturally avoid being too available. There's a huge difference between being available and being always available. If you're constantly available, it sends the wrong signal. It tells the other person that you have nothing else going on, and that's a turn-off. But when you're busy and can't always drop everything for someone, it forces them to respect your time. It creates a healthy dynamic where your time is valuable. And guess what? They'll start to value it too. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're trying to attract someone new. Instead of texting them non-stop or being the first to respond every time, you're out living your life. Maybe you're hitting the gym, working on a passion project, or catching up with friends. You don't have time to be at their beck and call, and that creates space for them to miss you, to wonder what you're up to, and to want to be a part of your world. Now, if you're already in a relationship and things are feeling a bit stagnant, the same rule applies. Often people in relationships lose themselves. They stop pursuing their individual goals and passions. Don't let that happen. Keep your life busy. Maintain your interests and hobbies. When your partner sees that you're constantly growing and evolving, they'll be reminded of why they were attracted to you in the first place. They'll feel that pull to stay connected with someone who's always moving forward. But let's be clear. Being busy doesn't mean being busy for the sake of it. It's not about filling your schedule with meaningless activities. It's about filling your time with things that matter to you, whether it's learning something new, working on your fitness, investing in your career, or simply spending quality time with the people you care about. Your time should feel purposeful. If keeping your life busy feels difficult, start small. Find 1 or 2 things you're passionate about and dive into them. Maybe it's a sport, a creative hobby, or self-improvement. The point is to build a life that's exciting and fulfilling with or without the other person. And here's the irony. The less you focus on trying to win someone's love, and the more you focus on living your own life, the more they'll be drawn to you. Marcus Aurelius once said, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." When you focus on building a life full of meaningful activity, your thoughts shift from chasing someone's approval to chasing your own goals. And that's the kind of energy people fall in love with. Close your eyes for a moment and affirm this: I live with purpose. Let it sink in. Build a life that excites you, and the right person will be naturally drawn to that energy. And when you're ready, drop that affirmation in the comments. I live with purpose. Let the universe know that you're focused on your own growth and living a life that's worth being part of. Number 5. Be present but not clingy. All right, folks, let's talk about striking that perfect balance. Being present without being clingy. It's a fine line, but mastering it is crucial if you want someone to fall in love with you without feeling suffocated. You see, being present means showing up, being engaged, and genuinely interested in the moment. But being clingy, that's a straight ticket to pushing them away. So, how do you achieve this balance? It starts with understanding that your presence should add value to their life, not take away their freedom. When you're present, you're fully engaged, listening intently, responding thoughtfully and showing genuine interest. But you also respect their space, their time, and their independence. It's about being there when it matters, without overstepping or overwhelming them with your constant need for connection. Let me break it down with a real-life example. Imagine you've just met someone new and there's undeniable chemistry. Most people would jump in with constant texts, calls, and messages, trying to keep the conversation flowing 24/7. But not you. You show interest, you engage, but you also give them space to breathe, to miss you, to come to you. It's like being the calm in the storm. They see that you're genuinely interested, but you're not desperate for their attention. This balance makes you intriguing, someone they want to invest time in, because you're not overwhelming them. Now, let's flip the script. Suppose you're already in a relationship, but lately things have felt a bit distant. The instinct for most people is to double down, text more, call more, demand more attention. But here's where being present without being clingy comes into play. Instead of pushing harder, you pull back slightly, allowing both of you the space to breathe and reconnect naturally. You focus on your own interests, your own growth, and when you do engage, it's meaningful and intentional. This approach not only preserves the relationship, but often reignites the spark because it shows maturity and self-respect. Seneca once said, "True happiness is to enjoy the present, without anxious dependence upon the future." This wisdom is gold for maintaining that balance. Enjoying the present means being fully engaged when you're together, but not letting that presence turn into dependency. It's about savoring the moments without losing yourself in them. Let's add a touch of humor to make it relatable. Think of yourself as a high-quality Wi-Fi signal. You're strong and reliable when they need you, but you're not constantly broadcasting, causing interference. You provide connection when it matters, without overwhelming their bandwidth. This way, they value your presence and appreciate the seamless connection you offer without feeling bogged down by it. Incorporating this into your life, whether you're attracting someone new or nurturing an existing relationship, requires self-awareness and discipline. Start by setting healthy boundaries for yourself. Know when to engage and when to step back. Practice active listening. Be genuinely interested in what they're saying without immediately trying to fill every silence. Focus on quality interactions over quantity. When you do reach out, make it count with meaningful conversations or thoughtful gestures. But let's be real. Sometimes it feels tough. You might worry that stepping back will make them lose interest or that you're not showing enough. Here's the truth. True connection thrives on mutual respect and space. If you feel the urge to be overly present, remind yourself why you're doing this. It's not about playing games. It's about fostering a healthy, balanced relationship where both parties feel valued and free. Marcus Aurelius put it perfectly. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Use the challenge of maintaining balance as a path to stronger, more resilient connections. Let's wrap this up with a powerful affirmation. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and affirm this. I am present, not needy. Let that affirmation sink in. Embrace the balance of being fully engaged without clinging. When you're ready, drop that affirmation in the comments. I am present, not needy. Let the universe know that you've mastered the art of presence without desperation. You're here, you're engaged, and you value both connection and space. That's the kind of energy that draws others to you effortlessly. Number 6. The social media mastery. Let's face it, social media plays a massive role in modern relationships. Whether you're trying to attract someone new or keep the spark alive with a distant partner, how you handle yourself online can make or break things. Enter the social media mastery, where less is more, and every post, like, and comment sends a message. Here's the deal. Constantly posting about your every move, oversharing personal details, or flooding someone's feed with attention is a major turn-off. It screams insecurity. Instead, you want to create an air of mystery, a sense of intrigue that makes them curious about your life. When you master social media, you become someone who is selective, purposeful, and confident in what you share. Think of it like this. People are naturally drawn to what they can't fully see. If you're always putting everything out there, where's the curiosity? Where's the excitement? But when you're strategic with your posts, sharing just enough to show you're living a full life without revealing all the details, it leaves them wanting more. They'll start checking your profile, not because you're in their face, but because you're not. That's the magic of social media mastery. Now, I'm not saying you should stop posting or interacting entirely. It's all about how you do it. Post intentionally. Share moments that show you're busy living your life, enjoying yourself, and focused on your own growth. When you're too available on social media, it mirrors being too available in real life. It signals a lack of boundaries and excitement. For example, if you're trying to attract someone new, don't like every post or comment on everything they share. Keep your engagement minimal but meaningful. Let them wonder what's going on in your life. If you're in a relationship, avoid turning your feed into a highlight reel of the relationship. While sharing happy moments is great, oversharing can create the impression that you're trying too hard to validate the relationship publicly. Keep some things just for the two of you. It creates intimacy and trust. Seneca once said, "The greatest blessings of mankind are within us and within our reach." Apply this to social media. Your value isn't in how much you post or how often you're seen online. Your value is in the life you're living offline. That's what will make people want to be part of your world. If it feels tough to pull back from constant posting, start small. Post less frequently, engage thoughtfully, and focus more on living in the moment rather than documenting every moment. Remember, the more you live a life that's rich in real experiences, the less you'll need to showcase it online. Now, let's seal this lesson with a quick affirmation. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and affirm this. I post with purpose. Let that sink in. When you're ready, drop that affirmation in the comments. I post with purpose. Let the universe know that you've mastered the art of social media, selective, intentional, and confident in your online presence. Number 7. Be authentic, always. If there's one trait that never goes out of style, it's authenticity. In a world full of filters, highlight reels, and carefully crafted personas, being real is rare. And when you're authentic, people feel it. They're drawn to you, not because you're trying to be perfect, but because you're genuine. That's the real power behind being authentic, always. It's about showing up as your true self, flaws and all, and letting that be enough. When you're authentic, you don't have to put on a show to impress anyone. You're not pretending to be someone you're not just to get someone's attention. Instead, you're confident in who you are and comfortable in your own skin. And trust me, that's magnetic. People want to be around those who are real because it creates a sense of trust. They know that what they see is what they get. No guessing, no games. Being authentic also means not chasing validation from others. You're not bending yourself to fit someone else's idea of what's attractive or cool. You're living life on your terms, and that independence draws people in. They'll notice that you're not trying to please everyone or seeking approval, and that sets you apart. Authenticity is the key to forming real connections, not just surface-level attraction. Imagine you're meeting someone new. It can be tempting to say what you think they want to hear, or to hold back parts of yourself that you're worried might not fit their expectations. But here's the truth. The right person will love you for exactly who you are. When you're authentic, you give others the space to connect with the real you, not some version you're curating to be liked. And those connections? They're deeper, stronger, and far more lasting. If you're in a relationship, authenticity is just as important. Too often people lose themselves in relationships, trying to become what they think their partner wants. But when you stay true to who you are, your partner will appreciate you more. Authenticity fosters respect because it shows that you value yourself and your individuality. And that's the foundation of a strong, loving relationship. But let's be real. Being authentic isn't always easy. It means being vulnerable. It means accepting that not everyone will like you or agree with you, and that's okay. Because when you live authentically, the people who are meant for you will come into your life, and the ones who aren't will fade away. That's the beauty of it. Being true to yourself attracts the right energy. As Marcus Aurelius said, "Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one." In other words, stop worrying about how you're supposed to act to impress someone else. Just be yourself, fully and unapologetically. Now, let's seal this lesson with a quick affirmation. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, and affirm this. I am real, always. Let that affirmation ground you in your truth. And when you're ready, drop that affirmation in the comments. I am real, always. Let the universe know that you're done pretending, done chasing approval. You're here, authentic, and that's what makes you irresistible. To wrap things up, Remember this: authenticity, emotional stability, and mastering your own life are the real keys to attraction. Now, here's your next step. Take what you've learned and apply it. Drop an affirmation in the comments. I am real, always. Let everyone know you're done playing games and you're stepping into your power. If this video resonated with you, hit that like button and make sure to subscribe for more powerful insights. Don't forget to share this with someone who needs to hear it today. Stay strong, stay authentic, and I'll see you in the next video.